Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. I am your host, Don, and we have Miss Paul back with us again. And today we will be talking about overcoming shyness, executive, executing plans. That's what it is.
Yes, executing plans.
So, can you tell us about these plans that we should execute in overcoming shyness?
Yes. So, hello everyone. My name is Ketohn, and I am the CEO and Business Elevation Specialist of MBC, aka My Beauty Coach. You can find me at mbc.click. Today, I'm discussing executing your plans and overcoming shyness. So, I think that whenever it comes to overcoming something, it's important to understand that that doesn't mean that whatever you're overcoming is just going to disappear once you start approaching it. It will be there for quite some time. It's about understanding that even though that fear is there, you're still going to work towards overcoming that fear and you're still going to get to where you need to be. And that is one of the big lessons that I have because a lot of times when I'm trying to work with business owners, they're really shy about their brand. They don't want to talk about it in front of people or family. They don't want to advertise it or do what we're doing right now, which is like get on interview or get on camera. And sometimes that's because they're afraid of what people might think or they're afraid of messing up and making mistakes. And we have to understand that mistakes are always going to happen. You're not going to go throughout your life without making a mistake. It's impossible. There will be a mistake made at some point in your life. And so you shouldn't be worried about not making mistakes. We should be worried about trying to prevent the bigger ones and focusing on learning from the smaller ones, the ones and the bigger ones. Whatever mistake you've made, focus on learning from it so that you're not repeating the same behaviors. That's what's important. But trying to avoid making mistakes altogether, that's it's like a very unrealistic goal to place. So avoidance versus prevention. We can prevent certain things from happening, but trying to avoid things that are going to happen, it just creates a very stressful work environment and a very unhappy life. So if you want to do something, don't let it be, don't not do it because of fear of what others might think or fear of how you might do something wrong, because you are going to do something wrong. People are going to be talking about it in a negative fashion. It is going to happen. So after you make that statement and you understand that things are going to happen, it becomes less scary when it's time for it to happen because you understand this is going to happen. But you're also going to find a lot of people who really love what you're talking about and who are really here to support you. And you're also going to make some really great points, and you're also going to spark some really great conversation, and you're also going to make people really want to know more about what it is that you're trying to do. So as mistakes will be made, success will also happen as well. That's a part of, failure and success. You fail so that you can learn how to succeed. Sometimes that's just how it is. And I say this because I've learned that a lot of people have a stage fright on cameras, on anything that involves them being put on the spotlight. They are nervous. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I started working with business owners, and it's to the point where they'll say I'm going to do it, but then when that moment comes and the light is about to open, they're like, no, I can't do it. Oh, no, I can't do it today because I got to do this. They come up with any excuse in their brain for why they're not going to be able to go through with it. And that comes from that fear. But you just have to get to this point in your mind where you just don't care. You don't care about the people. You need to care about the right people's opinions, the right people. And the right people are the people who are truly here to support you and uplift you and give you that feedback in a positive and productive way and be direct with you and not try to shame you or act any kind of way in public. Those are the right people. And usually 9 times out of 10, the right people want you to get up there and do your thing. So it's not about, I guess, not necessarily not caring. It's about not caring about the opinions and the people that are not here to see what you're here to provide. So that's the first thing with the overcoming shyness and executing your plans, which kind of goes hand in hand. All the procrastination that comes behind, am I really going to be able to do this? Is this business really going to take off? Is this going to happen? That procrastination that you have, those excuses that you put in your brain as to why it's okay to kind of put it off or why it's not really that big of a deal, it becomes harder and harder for you to execute what you set out to do. So the two things that I would want someone to take from this is number one, you can only control the controllables. Control the controllables. What can you control? Perfect example. We actually had a storm, and this had nothing to do with me. I couldn't control it. I'm located in Texas, and so we had a tornado warning. It got really bad. People's stuff started flying around, and this was on the day when I was supposed to be doing my own show. So I was like, okay, I can't control that. But what I can control is how I react to it. So I created my shelter. I set up my little camera in my shelter, and I let everybody know before the show started, hey, everyone, I'm in the middle of a tornado warning. So if I cut off abruptly, it's because of a tornado warning. I can't control the tornado, and I can't control where I'm filming because I have to be in a sheltered place, but I can control my attitude about it. I can communicate with people and let them know what's going on during or after. And that's what I did. And no one complained. No one had any issues with it. I didn't get any negativity. No one was like, I can't hear you. They understood because I communicated. And that's just what happens. You just have to roll with life and find a solution and just keep it pushing. You can't let one little thing have you so worried and so nervous. And you can't allow other people's insecurities to be projected onto you, because that's what that is. When you're nervous about being in front of people and putting yourself out there, it's because you're worried about what other people might think. And those people are going to be negative because they have their own insecurities, and they're seeing someone doing something great. They're seeing someone step outside of the box and step out of their comfort zone. So of course, it's going to make them feel a little inferior automatically if they have insecurity issues. So you're letting them win when you choose to allow their decisions and their thoughts to dictate how you run your life and how you run your business. So that's the first thing that I would say. And then execution is just really simple. Don't give yourself excuses. Don't make up reasons why it's not important. Do what you set out to do and execute the plan.
That's all great advice. I know
You said what?
I said all that was great advice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And people really care about what other people think. That's why when people start businesses, they don't tell their families and stuff, because if they family not there to support them, they there to tear them down when they trying to accomplish something, a goal that they set for themselves. So
Yeah. I definitely understand that, because I have had times where, I had to think, should I tell this individual or should I not? Because in the past, when I've told them good news, they really didn't seem like it was good news. By the way they responded, you would have thought I told them something terrible. So, things like that make you want to hold back on that kind of stuff. And there's that insecurity of like, they're going to judge me because they already know who I am. So if it's not perfect and if it doesn't look like this designer brand that has millions of dollars to spend on marketing, they're just going to look at me like, oh, Keh-Ton and her rinky dink shop, or go shop with Keh-Ton out of her garage, or whatever you want to call it. People that like to do that kind of stuff. So in your brain, you're like, I'm not going to talk about it. But how else do you expose yourself if you don't share and you don't talk about it? I learned in the beginning, like, the people that you are expecting to be supporting you and excited for you are not always going to be the people that are excited for you. I had people that were close to me that I was extremely excited to share really good news about my business with. And it started to become like, it clicked. It doesn't click in the beginning because these are people you love and you're not expecting that kind of reaction. But when you're telling somebody good news over and over again and the same reaction, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. And you start to hear it over and over again, it's like, okay, maybe this isn't the place where I need to be sharing this good news. So, instead of me saying I'm going to stop sharing it, I'm just going to go find a new audience. That's how I look at it with everything.
that's how that what needs to be done.
Yep, that's what I did, and I'm glad I did it, because if I would have just based my entire success off of this one person's nonchalant response when I told them about my first huge sale, then I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing today. And now I'm working with business owners, with my directory, with my brand from all over the US, and it's amazing. We're really building a community where people support each other and uplift each other. So if I would have just took that and just, never did anything after that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm glad that I decided to go find a new audience. And I just recommend anyone who's going through that to go and find a new audience as well. Just find a new audience, get up, pack your bags, find a new audience. People say it's too expensive. Get up, pack your bags, find a new audience, because someone is waiting out there to pay whatever it is you're charging for whatever it is that you're trying to provide to them, especially if you've done the work.
Yup, there's over 1 billion people on this earth.
Yeah.
So you can find the right people.
Yeah, you just got to keep looking. You can't, sometimes people, after one or two people, they're like, "Ah, okay, maybe it's not." But no, you just got to keep looking and you got to keep tweaking and keep learning and keep taking tips. Because once you hit the right people, it's like support like never before. When I first hit like the right target audience, I started getting people shopping with me on multiple of my businesses. I still have people to this day that shop with me on multiple of my brands, not just one. It's the same names popping up on my notifications. Like, oh, I just saw you shopping there and now you're shopping here. So it's like when you hit that group of support, it's insane. You just have to keep going, because if you stop when it feels like you're not going to get to the next level, that's where you could have probably gained a really great client who was going to help you get to the next level.
That's true. And you said it's a promotion, correct?
You said what?
The services have a promotion with it.
Yes, yes. So
When
my
does
service, oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
when does the promotion end?
Well, it just depends. So for NBC, my beauty coach, if you're wanting to purchase a coaching bundle, you can get 35% off using a special code. You just have to join one of my groups. So I have a group dedicated to my beauty coach where you can come and join, learn about, business tips and insight. But that promotion for now, it will always be open as of now. So for the rest of the year, it will be 35% off of any business service on My Beauty Coach. When you go to My Beauty Coach, I have two sections. One section is the self-care workshop for skincare relaxation, and the other section is the business workshop. So I have bundles that I sell on the business workshop. And if you are a part of any of my groups, you receive 35% off. All you have to do is go to the website, go to the contact us page, and tell us what group you're a part of. We go look you up, and then you get a 35% off code that you get to use for the entire year.
That's great.
Yeah, it's an amazing deal. I wanted to do something to support small business owners and tell them thank you for learning about the services that I can provide to make their lives easier.
I thank you for your time again.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Until next time.
All right.